Hello, my name is Jennifer Warner, and I am going to share with you today my personal vision statement for my business executive assistants. This is part of the requirements for the Ice House Entrepreneurial Program. My original idea for executive assistants was to provide freelance creative and administrative services, which are my area of expertise, for small businesses and entrepreneurs. The idea is based in having seen many smaller businesses attempting to compete with larger businesses while they maintained inferior presentations and supporting materials. This was also born of a need for more income, to provide an income in my home after having been laid off. Originally, I pictured marketing and networking directly with the Chamber of Commerce and other local networking groups, and building my customer base from within Topeka. Quickly, however, it became evident that local business people were not quite understanding how I could help them and what benefits they could have in hiring me to provide their creative and administrative services. So I refined my presentation to a few words. I decided to pursue other options online and with national networks that were outside of our local community here, but still within the business world. I did discover that I could seek clients out online. I could build networks via social media. And I began to pursue work through most specifically a networking freelance working website called elance.com. From there, I began to, I created a website, I built my materials, I created a logo, I built my own, the very thing that I am selling to other people, my own support materials. The future actions that I will take, I will continue to turn my business towards the funeral industry and more aggressively market myself. Through this course, I had beliefs and assumptions that were challenged, which were, again, that the local business community was the place that I needed to hone my or target my market to. Also, that I expected them to embrace my services virtually immediately. However, already been unemployed for over a year when I got serious about pursuing this, I did not have the luxury of waiting while the local business community figured out what I could do for them, which again is why I turned to Elance and other places. And I will say, aligning with the course and the different stories that we heard, I was definitely feeling sorry for myself, not on the level of, say, Dawn Halfacre, where she had lost an arm, but I was in a process of grief. I had lost a job that I thought I would have for the rest of my life that would be a career for me, where I could, going forward, count on that to be there, and I could grow within that network, that community, and that was not to be. But she said something about that in the death of a dream, gosh, well, I can't find it right now, but in the death of a dream lies your destiny, is what she said, and I thought that was very important. So I decided to exercise my power of choice and stop feeling sorry for myself and choose to see myself as a valuable resource and an asset to others, and to have something of value that I could give to others. So I began to work on proving my concept. I gained some work through Elance, and through one main client who I still hold to this day. I did discover that I had a proof of concept. He relies on me, my main client relies on me in a daily way to be the provider of his creative and administrative support on a daily basis. And in working with him, he's almost become a mentor to me, which is nice. So this was something that was proven to me, a belief and an assumption that I had a viable idea. So now I've learned that I've been proving my concept already, and now it's time to focus on growth. The most important thing that I learned is that if, and let's see, it was David Petit who said if it's up, no, it was Brian Scudamore who said if it's to be, it's up to me. No one else. It's my efforts and my knowledge, but mostly my effort will get me where I want to go, which shows pursuit of knowledge and taking my ideas to actions. I learned to recognize the opportunity that I had before me rather than seeing it as such a negative, where it's very easy after having been laid off to feel sorry for yourself and feel rejected and feel cast out and that you're not valued. But I've started to learn that it's not that hard to see and to prove my value to others if I see it in myself. How do our choices determine the outcome of our lives? If we make good choices, looking to our future and working hard, we will eventually reap the rewards. This is not something that happens overnight. Brian Scudamore also said that his overnight success took 22 years. So I'm no longer expecting to have an income where I want it to be tomorrow, but I do expect it within 5 years. And beyond that, I expect more things than I ever did before. I believe they will happen because I know it's up to me. So, if we make poor choices and wait for others to control our circumstances, for instance, expecting others to make us a success or to blame others for our circumstances, which is essentially what I was doing by feeling sorry for myself and saying, oh, well, I was giving my former employer the control over what happened to me in the future by allowing them to bear the responsibility for where I was at. But if we allow others to control our circumstances, we will continue to stay where we are at, only dreaming of what we want. The Ice House course said repeatedly, and I believe it's Albert Einstein who said, but I'm not certain of that, that if we continue to do what we've always done and expecting the same results, we'll get what we've always gotten. Let's see, if knowledge and effort are the keys that empower us to succeed, what have I already given up? Well, so far, I have given up most especially time with my family, my friends, my children. As I focus on working, it's a daily effort to make those connections in the social media, to continue to make my presence known, to continue to reach out, because who knows if that next person that I contact, that I make contact with, will resonate and will see something that will be the way that I will get to the next place I want to go. I would say I've given up new and stylish clothing and shoes and you know, all the material things that aren't really important because I don't need them to work from my home. And I can make do to go out in public for an event and still look professional and just, you know, I've really learned to be frugal there. And I'm willing to keep doing more of that to continue to get where I want to go. By continuing to consistently apply a combination of gaining knowledge, which I'm always reading, I'm always finding new ideas, and I try to pass those on through my different social media. But by continuing to gain knowledge and putting forth the consistent and persistent effort, you can continue to grow both personally and professionally and attain your goals. What was the most inspiring part of Uncle Cleve's journey for me is the fact that he was not always bogged down by the worries and pressures of today, but he was always looking towards the future and focusing there. He was learning the next thing. He was working towards the next goal, having the money to make his next investment, his next move. He was always teaching. I loved how he was always teaching in his actions as well as his words. And that's very powerful. Where they were at, he, by all conventional wisdom, he should not have been able to do what he was able to do. But he didn't accept that. He did it anyway. Single most important thing I've learned from this course is that persistence in knowledge, effort, and developing a success network are where I need to focus my efforts. Choosing growth over stagnation. This course helped me recognize the entrepreneurial spirit in myself that I have had for many years, and begin to see a pathway to both nurturing that mindset and to growing my business to realize the success that I envision and want. I did not see my past experience in the funeral industry as a helpful or as a resource. I saw only my skills with Microsoft Office, InDesign, etc. as valuable and as a resource. Now I see my funeral industry experience, contacts, and knowledge all as valuable resources and a pathway to a successful business for me. It has focused and energized me to push onward in pursuit of this new direction. It's forced me to challenge my assumption that by limiting my market, I would be limiting my potential business and future success. As a result of this course, I will be more willing to network and more focused with the direction and growth of my business, reaching towards a sustainable income and beyond. I will do more networking and growing my success network. I will do less of seeking out random business people as my clients and hesitating to reach out. And the actions that I will take. I'll be reiterating some of the things I already said. I will fine-tune my target market to the funeral industry, which has the most potential for me to be successful, and I can do the most good for others. I will do more networking and growing of my success network. I will be more persistent in my business endeavors, whether they be utilizing resources, seeking out clients, networking, marketing, or pursuing knowledge. I will not give up or choose to accept status quo when I know that I can be more.